Welcome to the Community Heroes broadcast. I'm your host, Corinne Price. The Community Heroes program celebrates 4 amazing Insperity nonprofit clients that excel in the areas of missional impact, innovation, and collaboration. Today, we'll be visiting with one of our 2025 Community Heroes Musicians on Call. And we have with us here today, Melinda LaFollette, who works with Musicians on Call as their Director of PR and Events. So Melinda, welcome.
Thank you so much, Corinne, for having me.
Yeah, we're so excited to hear all about Musicians on Call. I have to say, I'm very intrigued about your organization, and I'm sure our audience will be as well. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your organization, like when it was founded and how long it's been in existence, what you do, mission, vision, just love to hear all about it.
Well, Musicians on Call was founded over 25 years ago in New York City, and it started with doing some group performances with some musicians in the hospital, and our co-founders decided to bring those musicians into the patient room so that they could perform at the bedsides of patients who were too sick to leave their rooms or couldn't leave for any precautions that had to be taken. So the musicians were able to perform for them right in their rooms, and they really felt just how impactful that is and how incredible it was. Even just one song can change the whole patient experience and the room and everybody involved, whether it's the loved ones visiting or the hospital staff helping them. And so they decided that this was something that they wanted to really grasp and turn into an organization. And so here we are over 25 years later, and we have programs in hospitals across the country. And we have performed for over 1.2 million people in the hospital. Our volunteers are going in on a regular basis to just go room to room and bring those joys of live music directly to the patients when they really need it, because being in the hospital can be a really tough experience for everyone involved. And our vision is a world filled with the healing power of music. And so that's what we work towards every day.
Oh, wow. That is great. So could you tell us about your regional impact? How far is your reach for Musicians on Call?
We have bedside, virtual, and streaming programs. And between all 3 of those programs, we touch all 50 states. So people can get music no matter where they are, whether it is volunteers coming into their rooms, or they can tune into weekly programs where we have volunteers performing just right over Zoom to be able to reach hundreds of people in hospitals all across the country at the same time. So we have a really great reach, touching children and adults and veterans and patients who are in oncology units and hospice centers and memory care and behavioral health.
Wow. How do you recruit your musicians?
It's a lot of word of mouth. We, tune into our supporters and ask them to help spread the word. And when we're starting new programs in a new city, we really get out there and let the community know that we're coming and we need volunteers. We have volunteer musicians, and we also have volunteer guides who don't have to play the music, but they escort the musicians room to room. And so we have opportunities for anybody, whether they are a musician or a music lover. So we like to get the word out that we're there, and we're open to anybody volunteering.
Oh, that's great. I love that. In the Community Heroes program, our clients are nominated by Insperity employees. So it's my understanding that it was a couple people on your service team that nominated you, MJ and Tracy. So how did you feel about that nomination and when they shared the great news for you?
Oh, we were thrilled. It was such a surprise, and we could not believe that they had selected us. And we've just been so grateful for the partnership that we've had all these years and the way that the 2 of them work for our organization and for everybody that works here. And so for them to then also want to spotlight our mission in this way was so moving, and we are just so grateful to them for putting us up for this.
Oh, that's great. 2 great individuals. So happy to have them here. So tell us a little bit about your relationship with Insperity. How long have you been a client with us, and how has that experience been for you?
Yeah, it's been about 10 years, and it's just been so valuable to helping us grow and also face a lot of the challenges from the pandemic to just, growth and wanting to make sure that our team are given the opportunities and the benefits that they need. And so it's been a really valuable partnership. It's really given us kind of that support that larger organizations get to have. And we are much smaller and don't necessarily have the HR power that's needed to have something like that. So Insperity gives us that additional help to really provide the best opportunities for all of our team, whether it's growth within their professional roles or their benefits to help support their families.
Can you think of an example, a story that really stands out to you about musicians on call?
Yeah, there's so many. We've just seen so many incredible moments when we bring volunteers into the hospitals. And what's so interesting is that music, not only emotionally helps you feel better or brings up happy memories and really tough times, but it also has physical reactions to hearing a song when you're in the hospital. So I personally have seen a number of patients who were either feeling too sick to really even move, or even had some twitches and reactions to medication that they were having. In the course of a song, all of that changed. Their whole being just became much brighter, and you could tell that a big burden was being lifted, and any of those physical ailments that they were showing, like a twitching, just disappears in just 3 minutes of hearing music. And a lot of things like that happen on greater scales and even just in small moments. But it's really incredible to see just how much those few moments of music really do physically and emotionally uplift people.
That's fantastic. What kind of fundraising and volunteer opportunities does Musicians on Call have?
We are always raising money throughout the year to help us expand into new cities and new hospitals within the cities that we're in. So there are a lot of different fundraising opportunities for people to participate in. We do have large events that we put on every year in some of our cities, but there are also a lot of different ways that people can get involved on a recurring basis by joining our Backstage Pass Club or even making one-time donations on our website. So any of that information can be found at www.musiciansoncall.org/donate. And as I mentioned with our volunteers, we have the two different roles, one being the guide who escorts musicians around the hospital and learns the hospital protocols on the different units, and then the musicians who are able to go in and actually perform for the patients. So those are on the bedside side of things. Those are based in specific cities, but virtually anybody could volunteer from anywhere they are. So all of that information can be found online as well, and that's at www.musiciansoncall.org/volunteer.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. Is there anything else that you would want to share with our audience about Musicians on Call that we haven't talked about yet?
Yeah, we just continue to see the need for our programs grow year over year. We've seen that about 34 million people are hospitalized annually. So there is a great need for the joy that we can bring into the hospital. And in order for us to continue to grow and expand, we need the funding and we need the volunteers. So we are constantly getting hospitals reaching out and wanting to bring our programs to their patients and to their communities. And we really want to meet those needs whenever we can, but we are a small team, so it takes a lot of support to really grow that way. So we are always looking for folks to really just help spread the word about who we are. We are on all the social media platforms. You can find us at Musicians on Call and just see all of the different initiatives we have going on and our volunteers going into the hospitals and just help spread the word about our mission and all the work that we do. And that really helps bring in more support.
Thank you so much, Melinda, for your time today. We really enjoyed hearing all about Musicians on Call. And thank you for joining us for the Community Heroes broadcast. To find out more about Insperity and about our community heroes, please visit insperity.com. Have a fantastic day.